Hello everybody, welcome to the Labyrinth of Limitations. This is another of the Garden of Forking Paths series where we'll be talking about using the app, and in this episode we'll be using it to do some beginner steps similar to some things I talked about in episode 1 of the entire series. Before going any further, I'd like to say that I now let you know that there's a demo version at my website. I'll put the link in the comments so you can try the app out for 2 days if you want to, and then decide if you want to subscribe to it or not after that. So you can kind of give it a spin and see what you think. So this is version 1.0.1, and we'll go over one little feature that's in there. But let's look at E flat major 6 first off. So I'm going to find it in the app. Here it is. And I can go up and down with right and left arrows. So I am limiting it to the current set of strings so that I can just practice strings 5 through 2. Now, before, in the earlier, last week's edition of the app, I had to hit the right arrow so I could play this chord, and then I hit the right arrow. And I can still do that if I want to focus in on just a chord or two and I don't want it to be in time. But now I can hold down Shift and hit spacebar. And it's going through the scale of chords, it's going upwards, and I can change the tempo. You know, I can set it really fast. Ooh, that's going to be crazy. I should probably set an upper limit on that because no one's going to want to do that. It's not necessary to see those numbers. But you can drag in that window. I'm just dragging with my mouse in the number window, or you can enter a number. So I'll just enter. So I can practice along. And I can hit the downward arrow. So we'll go up. I'll give it a shot. So I can switch directions, going downwards. I can hit S, the S key, to make it skip. Watch this. There it is. We'll get the pattern. See, it goes. It's all right. Goes down to there. Sorry. And then that's it. I'm not catching that one. It's going a little bit fast. That one's messing me up a little bit. Maybe a little too fast. Let's slow it down just a tad. But now we're going to change directions. I'll go up. And notice it's skipping in a different way. There we go. That makes sense. So I should have played at that tempo in the first place. Because of all this computer programming, I am a little bit out of practice. But so what is it doing there? Instead of going just downward, it's going from, like, say you're here, and I'm going to go down to this diminished, but instead I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go down to this diminished and come up. And then, which is a really good way to make a pretty line and also to familiarize yourself with the scale, which is nice. So those are all possible. It can also arpeggiate by typing A as practicing. But now let's move forward and let's put it into a progression, into a tune. potentially. So I'm going to click in the harmonic canvas. I get the harmonic selector open to me, and I'm going to pick B flat major, which I already have. And E flat major 6 can function as 2 in B flat major, because if we notice, here's E flat major 6, and I can go and I can click this where it says 6th, and now it's switched to C minor 7, showing me what it is on a chord chart. A lot of times when it's a 2, that's what it's called on a chord chart. It's called C minor 7, though you could think of it as 4, and that's E flat major 6. So 2 and 4 are both subdominant. That's why the S is here, because they are subdominant or predominant. 7 and 5 are both dominant. That's why the D is under there. Okay, so I've got a 2 chord, and then I'm going to do a 5 chord. And then let's see what it does. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this a 6 on the 5. How about that? That would be nice. And so I'm going to practice between E flat major 6 and C minor 6, which is the 6 on the 5 for F7. And we'll just stick with that for a minute. I'm going to hit P. I probably need to speed it up because there's a different tempo relationship. So it's going to be really slow. But you can put it at whatever tempo you like. So I like that. So now, maybe just a little bit slower. I'm getting back in the swing of things. So I need to see the chart or the sheet music. We'll put it like this so we can see. So that's just doing this. Now, if you don't like the sound or you don't want it to make sound, you could go to the synthesizer and just turn down the volume, or you can turn down the volume of your computer. But now I'm going to I'll hit P for a second. I'm going to move down. Oh, it's still skipping. I'm going to hit S. So that was where I was. I'm going to go from here now, and I'm just going to get familiar with what happens in that area of the neck when I'm moving smoothly between E flat major 6 and C minor 6. So here we go. Right? So I'll play this. I'll go. Just one note is changing. Maybe I'll go down. Like that. There we go. And then I'll go. Now I'm here again. So I get that range, and that's the place where it skips from high to low in this case. I could go up to the next set of strings if I want to hear it higher and practice it higher. But now let's add in a 1 chord, okay? So I'm sorry to talk while it was playing. Let's do, let's see. Here's a 1. I'll do 2 1s just to make it harmonically or rhythmically work a little bit better. And I'll play along, and let's let it do its thing. Let's see what happens. We'll go from right there for starters. So it says. Now. Right? A little rusty. Now. Right? So I practice this one in position. And I'm practicing good voice leading, so I can go. And so on. Then maybe we want to try a different dominant, so I'm going to free up. Maybe I'll go right here. This is nice. And I'm going to go, how about let's do the tritones minor. Or let's just do a good old dominant 7th. Okay, so now I'll latch the dominant 7th and I can practice that from C minor, so E flat major 6 to the dominant 7th. So here we go. Whoops. This is neat, actually. I love this about the app. Certain combinations are going to make it move around the neck more, so it's not going to stay put. So you could view it as maybe a little bit more challenging, and that's the way the voice leadings work out. So I have to follow this around the neck, and I'm going to give it a shot. Here we go. I should do it. Which is really nice. So that's another way to practice. You could go through and then, free that up, and you could go to the tritones minor or dominant 7th flat 5. So I'll latch that, and that's a nice thing to do to finish up. So, which is a very nice thing to do. And so this is just a beginner's lesson, and I'm just using this to explore the meaning or the usefulness of an E flat major 6 diminished scale, and then I'm building upon it with a couple of substitute options for a 5 chord that would follow it if it were a 2, and I want to get used to that motion, which is what allows you to kind of move through things, is familiarizing yourself with all the notes in these chords. And in future editions, there will be a full elevator. There will be lots of things that I'm building into here that I'm really excited about. But the most important things are here right now for you to start to explore. You can do this with drop 2, drop 3, drop 2 and 4, all over the neck and all over the strings. So I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for following. This has been really, as I keep saying, a very fun experience sharing this with you guys, and there will be more to come. I'm going to look at a tune next. I keep saying that. I'm going to do that, and we're going to do that for the next episode. So talk to you soon, and keep practicing.